Hello everybody and welcome back to another Hot Wheels Collector video. Today we're looking at the Lotus Evija. This is from the D case in 2023. So this is a really nice car. In fact, it's one of my absolute favourites. I think it's better than the Super Treasure Hunt because this colour is just awesome. It's kind of like a metallic or almost wine red. It's very deep red and it just looks amazing in different lighting. So without further ado, let's actually start looking at the car. Enough talking. So this car has them very odd wheels, which I think a lot of people don't like. But I don't mind them, especially on this car. They are kind of like a modern wheel, and really, yeah, I understand. A lot of the time Hot Wheels try and put these wheels on some really odd cars, like muscle cars they've tried, and it just looks so silly. But on this car, it actually works really nicely. This side of the car does not actually have any tampo work, but what it does have is this gigantic vent which you just can't miss. It goes right through to the interior plastic, which gives that black look and allows them to make that vent just look a lot more realistic. Giant vent on the side of that car looks absolutely amazing, very well done. And that's about it for the side, but what's also worth noting is the glass for the windows, or the plastic, is tinted. So you actually can't see in it. It's tinted black, very tinted, like as in you can't see anything in there, even if you want to. So anyways, that's just a little thing worth noting. Now let's take a look at the front detailing. So on the front we have front lights, which are very well done, very accurate to the real life model, as well as a Lotus badge, which is also very nicely done. That isn't the standard Lotus badge, as you can tell. The regular Lotus badge is yellow and green. This version is all black, so I'm pretty sure they did that to keep the colour scheme looking very nice. And, you know, obviously the regular Lotus badge may not look, it would look a bit out of place on this car, especially with all the black hints all over the car and areas such as the vents. What's also worth noting is underneath, under the bottom portion, which has some vents, and obviously the grille, that is also made from the bottom plastic, so the base plastic, and that is also black, and it's really nice. It splits up that red colour and just makes it that little bit more realistic to the real life model. This side is the exact same, so I'm not really going to talk too much about it, but what's worth noting is this spoiler is so well done. So we'll move along to the back so you can see it a little bit better. It's very well done. If you don't know, the Lotus Evija does have active aero. So again, just like the Rimac, they chose to put the spoiler up. I'm in support of that. I think it would look worse without the spoiler up and it wouldn't look as cool. But again, some people may complain saying that's not very accurate to the real life thing, because obviously when the car's not moving, the spoiler would be down, and I believe it's 60 miles an hour, or at least on most cars it is, where the active aero pops up to give more aerodynamics and obviously better performance, and able to go around corners at much faster speeds, and obviously gives that better handling. Back to the rear, we do have one tampo, and that is on this lower black plastic area. It is a reflector, which is very nice. They didn't do tampo work for the rear lights. That's because the rear lights are in them holes, and obviously you couldn't really tampo in there because it's really deep. It's a really odd design in real life, and when you see it, it's really weird. Like I say, it's really odd. I don't think many cars do it, and they're really far back in them. You see that like change between the red metal and the black? That's where it would be on that like little lip. I hope you can see that. I can, but I don't know if the video is picking it up. What's also cool about this car is it also has the Lotus badging on the rear. Now, it's not very obvious, but can you see them little white lines? Yes, those are engraved into the metal, and they're not tampoed on there, they're just like part of the casting. So that's that. Anyways, that is this car. So I'm going to give my overall thoughts. I think this is absolutely amazing. This is absolutely one of my favourite cars. Lots of people will disagree because lots of people prefer the JDM stuff and all that type of thing. But I think this is a really underrated car, and I think this is absolutely one of this year's best. In fact, currently, I think it's the best car of this year. It's not a new casting, but I think it's the best car to come out of this year. The first recolor, so that was last year, it was green and yellow. Whilst that suited the Lotus badge colours, and the green obviously is kind of like the UK colour for some reason. People associate green, like a dark green, with the UK. I didn't like it. I think it looked hideous, but that's just me being blunt. But I think this looks great in red. I think it should have always been in red. And yeah, we probably will see a recolor, probably not this year because we've seen it as a super treasure hunt, but I'm thinking a grey. I'm thinking a metallic grey will come out, just like the Emira, which I will make a video on, so at some point will come out eventually. But anyways, I'm going to rate this car out of 10 now, and I'm going to be giving this a 10 out of 10. It's absolutely my top 3 favourite cars, I think. And that would be in there. The colour's amazing and the car is just great as well. Those two things combined just make this a perfect car in my opinion. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like. If you're new, subscribe and share it around with any friends or family that may be interested. Anyways, that's it for this video. Bye bye everyone.